In the days when my grandfather's grandfather walked upon this land, it was a time of great pride and honor for our people, for it had been taught to us by the Great Spirit that as long as the grass grows and the rivers flow, that all people should share an ultimate freedom equally. My grandfather was our very own tribal storyteller, and oftentimes he would share the precious stories of the old days. And as a young boy, I would sit upon his lap and listen to these stories for hours upon hours, dreaming of the day when I too would grow to be one of those mighty warriors that he so often spoke of. A very special day came to me. A day when my grandfather asked that I accompany him to a place not far from our home. It was a very large canyon and considered sacred by our people. And together as we came to the entrance of the canyon, I remember looking up at the red sandstone pillars of rock, chiseled by wind and time, standing there like proud guardians to protect this sacred place. My grandfather and I entered into the canyon, and I remember hearing my footsteps echo off the canyon walls. I asked my grandfather why it was that it sounded like a heartbeat each time that I took a step. My grandfather reminded me that it was in fact the heartbeat of Mother Earth, grandson, and each time that you place your foot upon the earth, you are reforming that connection between yourself and Mother Earth. Well, this made me feel good in my heart to know. We continued, and soon a breeze came about, cooling my little body. And I asked my grandfather why it was that it sounded like voices whispering into my ears. Grandfather reminded me that it was in fact the voices of the ancient ones, our ancestors. Listen, grandson, as they speak the special words to your heart, as they sing the sacred songs to your soul. They will help to guide you as you grow to be a man, tall and strong. And again, this made me feel good in my heart to know. We continued on our walk once again, but as a young boy, my legs were only but so high. And yet, it appeared that my grandfather's legs were this tall. He was a very tall and wiry man and often reminded me of the Ichabod Crane character in Sleepy Hollow. For each single step that my grandfather would take, I would have to take 3 to catch up. And soon I found myself falling behind. And as I did, I decided to rest. So I knelt upon the earth. I took a handful of the red clay soil and I held it high into the sky. My grandfather came to where I was kneeling. He placed a firm hand upon my shoulder and looked down at me and began to smile, for it was exactly what he had done as a young boy. Grandson, as you hold that earth in your hand, you feel its warmth. As you watch it sift through your fingers, you will also notice that it is the color of our skin. The Great Spirit has placed our people upon the earth to watch over all the precious gifts that He has merely lent us. They come in the ways of the fresh winter's breath of the buffalo, comes in the ways of the sacred songs that the eagles sing. And then my grandfather asked me a very important question. He asked if I knew the meaning behind the medicine wheel, which hung high above my bed. And I remember telling him that no, I did not. He explained to me that the medicine wheel was given to our people long before our people had ever seen the European. As you can see, grandson, it consists of a very sturdy hoop from which there is no beginning and there is no end. The Great Spirit tells us that this represents the circle of life, from which we are all a part of. My grandfather looked into my eyes that day and explained to me that if we are to continue to survive as a people, we can no longer live with hate in our hearts. That we must go about the land and learn of one another's experiences, but also share that of our own. He mentioned to me that the most important part about the medicine wheel, grandson, are the 4 distinct colors placed upon it. The colors of red, white, yellow, and black. The 4 colors of the people of the world. We continued on our walk once again. And there at the end of the canyon was a very large granite rock. And on the top of this rock was a perfectly chiseled bowl that always contained fresh, clear water. Grandfather reminded me that this was in fact the place that our people would come to quench their thirst. That this was in fact the place that our people would come to draw upon the strength of the Great Spirit. And now, as I stand here before you on this beautiful day, I think back about the times I spent with my grandfather. And I've come to realize that during the times when I, too, wanted to quench my thirst, I would go to my grandfather. My grandfather has since passed, and although it may be true that there will be no words written about him in any books, nor any statues erected in his name, I know one thing for certain, that his legacy will continue to live within my heart. And I do as he has asked. I share with the precious children, and I share with the people the words my grandfather shared with me. On behalf of the 50th anniversary of the Vietnam Memorial, I wish to welcome each and every one of you here today. My name is Danny Many Horses, and I'm Mescalero Apache from Three Rivers, New Mexico.